Right, great performance against one of the favourites.
Yeah, tough game. We sort of knew it was going to be once the the pitch was cleared to play. It was a bit boggy, but it sort of come down to the kicking game, which wasn't the best. But our defence on the back of that, we got away with it.
And how difficult is it when the opposition turn up late? You're all prepared for 7:30, and you have to kick off late.
Yeah, it's a funny one, that one, because obviously everyone thinks that they're the ones that are affected, but we're ready to go at certain times before the game, and that start time for the warm up just kept getting delayed. So you just got to relax and obviously just take it as it comes, and once we got out there, it was business as usual.
What does this prove to the overall going forward for the Eagles, beating one of the favourites?
Oh, it's a start. We got them in 2 weeks' time, so they'll be a different kettle of fish. They got a couple of decent players to come back. It was a good game to get out of the way, and obviously we battled hard for it. But I wouldn't be reading too much into it this early in the season.
And another interesting trip next Monday. Another thing what's been changing. We don't know where we're going, and now we're going to Sedgley.
Yeah, I've had the pleasure to play at Sedgley Park on a Wednesday night in wet weather, and it's not good. But again, as long as the guys turn up, hopefully we can get a win there, and it puts us in good stead for when the quarterfinals come around.
Another great performance.
Outstanding. 18 minutes of pure commitment, attitude, and as I spoke last week about, is that we brought it in from last season, and they scored a try off a kick of ours full length, and for 73 minutes they never, they did pressure us, but we looked rock solid. And again, we've got to give a bit of credit to the backroom staff who've done a pretty good job in pre-season, but most of the credit goes to the players, because at the end of the day is that difficult circumstances today. They were late getting here. We could have wandered about and lost us focus, but we didn't. We kept focused. Went out there and did a real professional job. And to keep a team like Halifax down to one try, which was a full length, off the back of our kick, is something that we're really, really proud of. And it means that we can go forward. We talked about setting the standards today, and we're playing in 2 weeks the first league game, and psychologically now we've got one over them. And yeah, they've got some better players, some good players to come in, but so have we. We're still gelling, but on the back of that strong defensive game today, it means that we've got an inner belief and a lot of confidence going into the next round.
It was a low-scoring game, but it was a very good game.
Yeah, just old-fashioned game. I went down for the last 20 minutes to the touchline, and the hairs at the back of your neck were stood up, and there's a few players on our right-hand side giving it to theirs, and they're giving it back, and Missy Telepapa was throwing it about and being really aggressive, and that's what rugby's about. And days like this, when it's quite muddy and the conditions aren't summer rugby yet, you just need to get into a scrap, and we got into a scrap, and we had that resilience and that sort of composure to get away from them. And I think the score flatters them a bit, because we could have nilled them tonight, and that'd have been a massive achievement. But we just like to get the win, and again, on the back of strong defences, that we can build everything around that. Obviously they scored a try from one of our kicks, but again, you make them decisions as ball players, and Brendan Lindsay did, and the next one he put through the line, and right kick, right time, and Tanguy sweeped on it and scored a great try, which is, sometimes the experience of the old geezer, Brendan doing the right thing at the right time. So a great try. And Jack, when he scored that try, Jack always gets one will squeeze out to two here, and he got one today just by his strength and doing the little things that, we talk about as a team. Someone giving him a good ball, him running a good line, and using his physique to good effect and getting over the line, and really pleasing. And what you're finding is that people like Mitchell Stringer, who's probably the top try scorer at the club now, Jack Howson gets, so a lot of the big fellas are popping the nose over the line, which is great, because that means they don't have to do the naked run at the end of the season.
And it's going to be an interesting trip to Sedgley on Monday.
And it is, and the nice thing for us is that we, you know, there's a few people that can be rested, and you know, Menzies Yerry's landed, Richie Barnett's landed, the two Irish lads will get their game time, and Matty Brooks will get some more game time. Peter Green coming back, Alex Rowe, so we've got plenty of people to come and rotate, and that's important to us because we've had a tough week. We've had a tough week, and you know, some of the guys that played 80 minutes in both games need that little bit of rest because, you know, as we've alluded to before, is that we've got Halifax the weekend after, and that's the start of the league season, and it's about time now that we start the league season, how we finish it, and that's the challenge for us as a group of people. That's the challenge for the players, is to make sure that we don't start with winning 2 games out of the first 8. We need to be winning a percentage of them and getting stronger as the season goes on, and that's what we set ourselves. We're capable of achieving anything this year. We've got a great group, real good attitude, really committed, and when you've got that sort of desire, burning desire to be the best you can be, then you can achieve anything, and I'm sure we'll have a successful season again.